Welcome into the Dylan and Nathan show. Hey, what about you, man? What you want?
I like Polar Express.
I'm your host, Nathan Trosper. What's that floating? Don't let it too far.
What's up, guys? I'm Dylan Laird. Wait, did you get into it like it was a film?
No, I didn't get in it. You can't lick it.
I'm not going to dog on Cal too much because I do like Hallmark movies sometimes.
They have a couple of good movies.
Man, I bet y'all eat boneless wings too. Welcome in, everybody, to the Dylan and Nathan show. I am your host, Nathan Trosper.
What's up, guys? And I'm Dylan Laird, man. It's good to be back. How you feeling about being back, Nathan?
Man, I'm excited.
Dude, me too. Me too.
It's just been really crazy here lately. Like,
really, yes, it has. Sorry that we delayed our new season just a little bit.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties, etc.
Yeah, we had a couple delays, and one is we're waiting on our new camera to get in.
Yeah.
Finally got a new camera in, so that's nice. And we're still learning that, so this is probably not the best shot. And as you can tell, we're trying to work on a new studio here at my house. So temporarily, we are here in my camper.
Yeah, we're currently live from Nathan's camper.
Yeah, we're in the camper.
It's
so
great.
But it's a lot of fun. We're kind of cramped in here.
Yeah, just a little bit. But it's okay. It's okay.
But we're working on getting a permanent studio. We appreciate the church there at Collinsville Baptist for hosting us there for a while and letting us record from there.
But now it's good to start getting our own place going.
Yeah, trying to get our own place and get set up. So it's exciting. We're glad to be back with you for season 4.
Yes, season 4. Dude, that's crazy. Season number 4.
I know, and it's just exciting because, like we talked about at the beginning of last season, where we come from, what we're going to do, and the reason why we started our podcast and how we've come to where we are now, and it's been a good journey to be on. It's been a lot of fun.
It has. I hope we're not like TV shows and we start getting worse and worse as the season goes on.
I hope not. No, because see, I went back and listened to some of our very first podcasts.
We were so bad.
They're awful. So if you have stuck with us from like the very first week, we appreciate it because
we were so bad. We thought we were funny too. That's the thing. We say something like, why would you say that?
It was stupid. But either way, we're glad to still be here.
I'm excited
and we're glad that you guys are still following along. And for our new subscribers and listeners, thank you for sticking with us. We hope that we are getting a little better, and if we're not, feel free to tell us that, because you're not gonna hurt our feelings.
These guys suck.
That's you're not gonna hurt our feelings. We're gonna keep on sucking anyway, so we'll just keep doing it.
We'll be mediocre at best.
That's right. Okay. But yeah, don't put expectations up here for the Dylan and Nathan show.
No, please.
So man, we've had a long break there. Usually we like to start back our seasons right after Christmas, but Christmas was fun.
It was. You have a good time?
I did. It seems like a decade ago.
Dude, I know, right? Christmas.
Talk about Christmas.
Like about 2 months ago now.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st of February. So
that's crazy. That's still crazy.
Yeah. Actually, though,
been a month of 2021.
Yeah, I know. And actually, February is almost halfway over.
Dude, I know. Like almost halfway over. Actually, like within 2 days. It's crazy.
The thing about it though is we're almost 1 year from this whole COVID lockdown and things like that, because that happened like the second week of March.
Yeah, because we went to that concert.
Yeah, the Cleverly's concert.
Yeah, and then the day after, everything shut down. It was crazy. No one really knew what to expect. Everyone's like, "Ooh, cool, long spring break." I was doing online school already, so I didn't have no
nothing
spring
changed.
Break. No, literally nothing changed for me.
Except you couldn't go to Raising Cane's.
Actually, when they opened back up, I did go to Raising Cane's.
Yeah, but it was okay. So here, 2 weeks. That was the whole thing. 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what everyone said.
2 weeks.
No big deal.
And then like 6 months later,
and then like August comes by and we're like, huh?
Yeah, what's going on? But yeah, the holidays were fun.
Yeah.
And, Christmas, of course, was my favorite time of the year. That was fun too.
For sure.
And we got a new dog.
Oh yeah? What's his name?
His name is Trooper.
I like it.
New dog. There was a family that we know that was rehoming him, and so we adopted him, and he fit right in. It's great.
Good,
He's a great dog. So
I got a new job recently. Yeah, I'm a drum instructor at DC Rock Guitar Studio here in Meridian. So if you want to learn how to play drums, call him up. I will teach you.
Yeah, and he had a great drum teacher.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Somebody really put a lot of time and love and effort into
and pressure
and teaching you how to play drums to get you to where you are today.
For sure.
That person's just an icon.
Nobody ever believes me when I say that you taught me how to play drums. They're like, yeah, I'm like, Nathan taught me how, and they're like, no, like, what? But yeah, it was really good. Going from that 13-year-old boy who couldn't keep rhythm to what I'm doing today, I'm really excited. Really blessed to have this opportunity to get this experience and to be able to do this for other people who are trying to make that journey. But I had to go to the doctor last week.
That was another reason we were kind of delayed another week. We were going to record last week. Dylan said, I'm not feeling well, man. I think I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, and they told me there's like something funky going on with my heart. So that's cool.
No, that's not good.
No, I got to get a monitor put on. So I'm going to be looking like an 85-year-old man.
It's going to be like the flux capacitor.
Yeah. It's going to be just taped to my chest. And like, they're going to have to shave like my chest where they're going to put them stickers
that'll look nice.
Yeah, it's going to look, I'm going to
have a smiley face.
I'll have a design on me. I guarantee when they take it off, it's just going to rip my skin. But it's
better that they shave though before they rip it off.
Yes. That
would hurt.
But I'm excited to get it on because I'm ready to figure out what exactly the problem is and what we can do to fix it.
So no more fast food, no more
fast food, no more fried foods, no more of the good stuff.
Man, we can't get the captain's platter at Lulu's.
No, daggum them fried oysters, they tasted like a daggum heart. I'll tell you that, bro. They're so gross.
that captain's platter is still like stuck in the old ventricles.
Dude, yeah, it is. Like literally you got to scrape it all out. That fried shrimp. Oh, there it is. But honestly, that thing was so good. I might have to do it anyway.
Gotta do what your doctor says.
Sorry, y'all didn't hear me say that.
Yeah, my last doctor appointment, I just went for a checkup about a month or so ago, and I'm sitting in the waiting room, and they called this lady in, and she says, "Oh, wait, don't go in that room. There was COVID in there."
What?
And I'm like, cool. that makes you feel great.
Yeah, that makes me feel.
So I'm going in there, and they call me in, and I'm next, and I'm sitting there. I'm just kind of sitting on the edge of the stool, I'm like, don't touch anything.
And have some Lysol spray, please.
And the doctor is like we talked about before. I'm not scared of COVID, but I'm not going to go lick door handles to try to get it.
Like if there's been COVID in a room, you ain't going. I ain't touching anything.
So now I'm paranoid. They're telling me there's COVID. They're like, get on the scales. Like, well, I don't want to get on the scale.
Oh, the COVID was on the scale. I don't want to get on the scale.
I'm heavy. Yeah. I could tell you that. Write that in your.
The lady told me to get on the scale, and I was at my doctor appointment. I'm like, I'm heavy. Yeah. I just want you to know that I'm a little heavier than you think I'm going to be.
You better add another one of them little weights up there.
Yeah,
they don't have those anymore. No, it's all digital.
She didn't even take my height. She just kind of asked me how tall I was, just how tall I thought I was. I could have been like, yeah, I'm 6'4".
Whatever.
Man, I wish I was 6'4".
On stilts.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I don't know, 5'10", 5'11".
I stepped on that digital scale and it went black. The screen display.
You step on it, you get the ERR.
Yeah, it says error. Or like when you have one of them old school calculators and you punch in a number that's too high, it's like it has the E up there. That's what mine did. It was
E
like
with like 10 on top.
It's like 200 something in E up there. E10.
Yeah, I'm 400 to the 9th power.
So cool. I don't have to get on that scale. I can tell you, I'm heavy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like I'm probably like, I don't know, like 240.
So it looks like I need to cut back on the captain's platter too.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously you're healthier than I am if you ain't got nothing going on with your heart.
Well, I hope not. But anyway, I was sitting there on the edge and the doctor comes in, and they always he's like, he pats on the paper that's over. What good does the paper do? It's like, he's like, hop up here. I'm like, I don't want to get up there.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Can't you just check my blood pressure from down here?
I'm just kind of confused. I'm like what you were saying. What good is the paper for? Like, what does it do?
I mean, just to tear it off.
Crinkles. It's uncomfortable, kind of.
It's going to keep somebody from pooping on it, I guess. I don't know.
Not really, though.
It goes right through it. That stuff's thin.
Yeah, that's like real thin. If someone urinates on it, it's just going to go right through.
Butcher paper. I guess you could wrap bacon in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my bacon to the doctor's office.
Can I get a roll of that
heart
stuff?
Checked out?
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do.
I'm gonna have a turkey leg wrapped in bacon next time.
Take it with you and pull it out and start eating on it.
Well, your cholesterol's a little. What'd you say?
What's cholesterol?
What's cholesterol?
You need to eat more fish. I'm having a fish fry this weekend. That's great.
I got crawfish.
Does that count?
Does that count?
They're actually not too bad for you. It's boiled.
I actually have never eaten crawfish before.
Really?
Never once in my life have I.
They're great.
Well, see, it's just not one of those things like I've never really had the opportunity to eat it, you know.
I used to like it, like the hotter the better. Like,
really,
I wanted it where, you know, you couldn't feel your lips when you got done.
Really, bro? I can't handle spice, man.
It was, and they were good, but now, as I guess I'm getting too old, but now I guess
I'm getting too old.
Just enough for it to, yeah, you got a heart problem. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? You got to get a monitor put on.
See, I just want it like where it's got good flavor now.
Right.
But man, if you get the crawfish bowl, it's got the corn in there and it's got the potatoes.
Oh man, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I can't eat it, but that sounds good.
Yeah, it's
Now,
good stuff.
I got to get that low cholesterol diet.
Yeah, here we are sitting about food.
Right.
You're going to go home and eat a salad.
I'm going to be eating lettuce with light vinaigrette dressing.
What's a vinaigrette?
I don't know. I don't even think that occurs naturally.
Just go out in the yard and get some grass. It tastes the same.
I'll pick something off a bush.
So, yeah, man, we had a great season 3, though.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was awesome. It was
Producer
good.
Cal come and hung out with us
Producer
for a couple weeks. Yeah, and then Cal got COVID.
Cal did get COVID. He went back to Florence and he had the test for his job. He's like, well, I'll test your posture.
Yeah, and he was with us just like a week before, and Dylan texted me. He's like, hey,
dog.
let you know Cal got tested positive for COVID.
We were both like, oh,
Well, that's great.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But turns out he came in contact after he stopped hanging out with us that week. So we weren't worried about it. It wasn't a big deal, but
it was fun time.
Yeah, it was. It's always good to hang out with Cal.
Yeah.
So Cal, if you're listening, we miss you, dog.
But he's probably not.
Probably not. Cal don't listen to us.
Yeah, that's like one of your best friends don't even listen to your own. I mean,
Come on,
thanks
Cal.
for the support, man. I appreciate it.
Cal, I'm gonna throat punch you, dog.
And then Justin came, our friend Justin Harrell. He came and hung out with us for a week.
Oh yeah, it was a good time to have Justin. I always enjoy hanging out. With
Helped us do the Christmas tree cake thing, which they both taste the same.
No, they don't. I'm telling you, they don't. I can't. I'm not allowed to eat either of them anymore.
All right,
but they
so
don't.
We can't even do that test anymore. Yeah, so but that was fun. We talked a lot about, of course, COVID and
the election
cases and the election, and now we have the vaccine and vaccine choices and all this kind of stuff, and
with everything going on.
with everything going on, there's COVID
right.
again, and I won't spend a whole lot of time on that, but you talk about vaccine and the choices, and what I don't like is there's so much hate today, and really, as a believer, I think that this is going to be the start of the breakdown of the church.
Right.
And we talk about, and I'm not, I'm not a prophet. I'm not considering to prophesy that Jesus is coming back, but the Bible tells us he's coming back.
Yeah,
and I don't know when. And no one does. Only the Father knows. The Bible tells us that. And we see when I see those, I see the churches being torn apart because of you're not getting the vaccine, or I can't believe you're getting the vaccine.
Right,
why? What are you thinking getting the vaccine? And so I don't like that, man. I have my own personal opinions on that, and really, I just it's up to you. Personally, I'm choosing at the moment not to take the vaccine because my personal life, I don't come in contact with it that
like
much.
It would be different if you were a doctor or a healthcare worker or a first responder and you came in contact with hordes of people every day.
Yeah. And I mean, if you were in the medical field and you come in contact with COVID, or you have a risk of catching it or passing it on, I don't. My job now allows me to work from home.
You don't see nobody ever,
and so I don't really do a whole lot with general public other than going to church, and I don't even go to Walmart. So I mean,
y'all do that fancy Walmart pickup.
Yeah,
bro.
we do, which has been terrible lately. I don't know why. It started out great, but now
Walmart, you hear that? He's talking smack on your
for
product.
real. They don't even have milk in stock. They're like,
what?
Yeah, they'll come back and say milk is out of stock. You don't have milk at all.
How do you not have milk? You're Walmart.
Yeah, we were going to get milk and like 2 bags of ice, and we don't have milk.
We don't have milk or ice. Can I interest you in a milkshake?
But hey, we got a fresh pineapple though. Like, you had a fresh pineapple.
We have a newly cooked rotisserie chicken.
Would you like that instead?
No, thank you.
And they do their substitutions like that though, man. One time we got something that was crazy off the wall, and they substituted it with something that doesn't even make any sense.
It's like you're trying to order some like dog food and they don't have any, so they give you a broom and a dustpan instead.
Like, what am I going to do with that?
Like, I'm going to feed this to my dog.
I could use a new broom, but I need some dog food. So and we had politics, the whole big election thing, and the mess, and the inauguration, and the whole thing with on the day that the 6th, where people stormed the Capitol, and
bro, that was crazy.
All that crazy. That was just something else that is dividing our country and dividing our churches too. But with all that being said, as a believer and as believers who are listening and tuning in, the one thing that we need to do now is we just need to pray for our administration.
Definitely.
And I don't care if it was Donald Trump or Joe Biden or anybody else that's in the office. We should be praying for Trump. We should have been praying for him anyway. But now we need to pray for the new administration.
Yeah, and whether you like it or not, Joe Biden is there.
He's our president.
So, the Bible tells us to pray for our leaders. So I definitely agree.
And one thing I disliked a lot, even when Trump was elected, you are not my president. Yeah. I disliked that when Trump was president. I was about a semi-Trump supporter,
right? You were I kind of have to vote for him.
Right. Like I've talked about on this show before, when it comes to voting, I find the candidate that closely aligns up with my biblical values.
For sure.
And now, I don't think there's ever going to be a candidate that's going to 100% line up with your biblical values.
Because then they wouldn't be a candidate.
Right. They're all politicians, Right. And, I've got some friends who are politicians. No offense to you or anything, but, it's just one of these things that kind of like used car salesmen. And I have friends who are used car salesmen too. No offense to you either.
You're dogging on everybody, bro.
I'm in one of those moods, I guess.
Walmart, politicians, used car. What's next?
I know. And when this goes public, somebody's going to knock on my door. Because, man, I have attacked Walmart, politicians, and used car salesmen. How un-American is that?
Next is a butcher shop. Come on now. Them hamburgers, bro.
Man, my goodness, I'm not going to do that. I like meat too much.
Someone's going to knock on my door. Jehovah's Witness, probably.
Come on in, we'll talk. But
for sure, I love talking, bro.
But anyway, we have to pray for our leaders. But what I'll say is I don't like it not my president.
Yeah.
And now that it's kind of flipped, and now you see conservatives saying not my president. Yes, he is.
Yes. Well, it's the same conservatives saying that when Trump was president is like, if he's not your president, then get out of the country.
Get out of the country.
Then who he is, it's like,
just accept it. And no, I don't agree with a lot of things that he's done since he's been president. No. A lot of the executive orders, he's kind of went pro-abortion and he's done a lot of things that go against the biblical values that I believe in. So I don't agree with it, but I'm still going to pray for the man and pray for his leadership and pray for for Harris and everyone who is
definitely
in his party there with him. And really, I hope that God, we have to believe as believers that God has the power, and we know that he has the power to change hearts.
He does, because who's to say that he wouldn't?
Right. And nothing takes God by surprise.
No.
Don't think for one minute that God woke up on January the 6th and goes, man, I sure hope Trump gets elected.
Right.
I sure hope something happens when they storm the Capitol and they take pictures with cow horns on their head or Viking horns. Did you see that dude? What an idiot.
What a moron, bro.
Like taking pictures with their feet propped up on the deck. Like you're going to jail.
Like that's right up there with the Mississippi State quarterback that accidentally socked that ref. It's like, what are you doing?
Why are you going to do that? Anyway, what an idiot. But still, these people, man. We just have to pray for them, and and Biden's already done some things that I don't agree with, but still, we're going to pray for them. So, but anyway, we talked about season 3 and a lot of things that we had happening and going on, and some things that we talked about. We talked about, what was the place in Russia, the Omskavir?
I can't pronounce it, bro.
Anyway, we got off on that tangent talking about the COVID vaccine and that kind of stuff. And so it was fun, and we thank you for tuning into that. For season 4, we're still going to keep our same format that we picked up in season 3. Season 2, we took a lot of phone call interviews and really getting the word out about some friends, and we'll still have some people on the show from time to time. But first of all, we just want to thank all of you again for subscribing and liking and watching us on Facebook or however you support us. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Definitely.
All 3 of you. We really appreciate it. And for the direction of the podcast that we're going from here is we transition to where we are now, and we really want to talk about teaching and going into a Bible study. And we started that some last season. Towards the end of the show, we would kind of take a Bible study there for a little while, and and really do that. So we want to continue in that. We want to continue in talking and through the Bible and
Definitely.
doing that as we end up in our shows. But what we're going to do is we're going to run season 4, probably about 6 or 8 episodes. It won't be too long.
Yeah.
And then we'll take a couple weeks for spring, and then we'll pick up with season 5. Since we're a little bit late starting, we'll kind of see where we are. But in between seasons, we'll take a couple weeks break, and then we'll pick back up season 5, and we'll run that one until early summer, and then we'll take our summer break, kind of like we always do.
Yeah. Always got to have that summer break, bro.
Yeah, because that summer break, and the reason we took a summer break is really in my previous job in the ministry, student ministry is just crazy busy in the summer, and I kind of feel it's going to be that same way even in my new job now.
Yeah, it's going to have to.
And with you too, with school and everything,
bro, like,
there's a lot going on in the summer.
There's also no telling how many students I'll get over the summer. On top of I'm going to take some summer classes too, so it's going to be crazy.
And with me and family vacations and things like that, so we kind of take a break off for the summertime, and then we'll come back in the fall. And here's something exciting that I really want, and this was part of us, kind of getting a new camera, is we really want to get to a point where we get our studio set up permanently.
Yes.
Where we can kind of maybe start doing some live streaming.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be awesome when we're able to do that. We got some new technology, new equipment coming our way.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really, really cool. We'll make it more of, I guess, radio show type ordeal. We'll still, post recorded, but we're gonna when we do it like this, it will be live, so that's cool.
Yeah. Which we rarely ever do we re-record.
No,
we're pretty much live anyway, because even if we mess up, we just keep
recorded since the first season.
Yeah, since we first started. You remember some of those first episodes?
We didn't even know how to start. We were like, I distinctly remember one time you saying, "Welcome to the Dylan and Nathan Show. My name's Dylan."
I did say my name is Dylan. I did, and I did not do that on purpose.
Right.
I was legit trying to start an episode.
Dylan. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I listened back to those. They were terrible. They were awful.
They were horrible.
I'm surprised we ever even kept doing this.
We thought we were good. That's why we kept doing
I guess so.
We're like, man, we got a podcast. You need to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So yeah, we really want to look into the possibility of maybe
for sure
live streaming and that sort of stuff. So
that way we can take live questions and comments and et cetera. It'll be cool. It'll be real cool. Yeah, like Nathan said, in season 4 we're going to continue our Bible study segment, and each week we're just going to dive into God's word. And if there's something you'd like us to talk about, or maybe you have some questions, please feel free to contact us. We're always open to talk, especially about the Bible. So I'm really excited we can continue that. But right now I think we're going to just take a quick break. We'll come back, get into our Bible study, and this season we're going to go through the book of James together. So stick around. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Dylan and Nathan Show.
I'm standing now. I'm not ashamed. No, no. I've searched and came up empty. This world has nothing for me. You are my one and only. I'm living my life for you. I'm giving everything to you. Not holding back, but every part. I'm giving it all to you. Giving it all to you. You are the Lord of all I am. Yes, you are. And I'll never be the same.
Welcome back into the Dylan and Nathan Show. That was Lincoln Brewster there. Some old school Lincoln Brewster,
Right,
man.
he jams out though.
Yeah, all to you live there. I like Lincoln Brewster, man. He's good stuff. So, like Dylan said, we're going to dive into our Bible study. But first, I want to kind of talk about it's Valentine's Day coming up.
Yes, it is. This upcoming Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday. It's Valentine's
You got
Day.
any Valentine's plans?
No, thankfully, like Mitz and I, neither one of us are like really mushy, gushy, romantic people.
Yeah.
And Mitzi does not like flowers.
Really?
One, she's allergic to a lot of flowers. She has bad allergies. and
Yeah,
that.
I guess that makes sense.
And two, she's like me. Why spend $80 on flowers that are just gonna die?
80?
Like, yeah, they're like $80 now.
Dog, no. for Valentine's Day in the past, I've given girls like $12 bouquets, bro. I ain't paying no $80 for flowers.
It's like $80. I saw something the other day. Mitz and I were talking about that. They said that a typical, like the average guy will spend like $250 on Valentine's Day.
I'm not the average guy, then I'm not doing that.
But you think about it, $80 for a dozen roses. And then like if you got some chocolates to go with that, probably another $15. And then if you went out to a movie, think about a movie.
Yeah, those tickets are expensive.
$50 for tickets, popcorn, drinks,
yeah,
$50.
I guess that's fair.
Then you go out to dinner. If you go out to dinner, you're going to go somewhere nice. So there's another $100.
Yeah.
So you're at $250.
So you go to the movies before you go to dinner?
No, when we go to the movies, we don't go to the dinner and a movie.
Gotcha.
Like we either go to eat or we go to a movie.
Okay, but if you had if you were going to take someone out, obviously your wife.
Yeah, I'm not going to take anybody else out.
But like, would you go to the dinner first, then the movie, or would you go to the movie first, then the dinner?
It depends on the time, like what time in the shows and what's playing. Like, I don't want to be out till like Mitz and I both. Like, we don't like late movies because we're getting old and we'll fall asleep.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Especially in the new ones where the recliners, man, forget it. I'll be out. We're going to sleep.
You all slump, dog.
Yeah. So no, if I had to choose, then I would probably do the movie first and then dinner.
I'm the opposite. I would rather go to dinner first, then the movie. Yeah. Because I don't know. It's just something about like going to the movie and then go. Like when I go to movies, I like to just like hang out and then go home after. Yeah. I don't like to do something else after I go see a movie. You know?
Yeah.
It's just awkward. It's just weird. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I guess as long as we've been dating, which has been almost 20 years now, as long as we've been together,
I've been dating for 20 years.
We date every day, but
oh man,
but see,
that was mushy gushy romantic. Yeah, whatever. You can't say that.
But man, like we've never gone to like dinner and a movie that I can recall. We've always either done
now. Once she hears this, she's gonna be like, Nathan, you were wrong.
Probably so.
How can you not?
Do you not remember on January the 6th that time? No, I don't. But she's not like that. She really isn't. And
no, for sure.
Yeah, But anyway, we do have this one time though. When we lived in Birmingham, we went out to eat for Valentine's Day, and it was on Valentine's Day. I typically try not to go out on Valentine's Day because it's so busy.
Always busy.
I'm not a people person, so I don't really like big crowds.
Like pre-COVID,
yeah. People person. So we always go out like the week before or the week after. Or
That's
something
smart,
like that.
actually.
But anyway, we went out one time when we were I think this was right before or right after we got married. And we went out to eat. Anyway, though, this place was packed out. And so we walk in and we sit down, and then there's a couple of empty tables over here, and this couple comes in and sits down. The guy sits down, is real nice to his wife or date or whoever it is. She sits down. He pulls out some like 18-inch candles.
No.
And sits them down on the table. It's like 2 or 3 candles. He lights them, and they're going.
No.
And I mean, he's got the flowers on the table, and he's got my man. He is spitting it hard, dude. Like
he's spitting mad game, ain't he?
Man, I gave him props. He had the nerve to come. I mean, he come in, light them.
He would
didn't bother him one bit at all. But the thing is, they were so busy, and they were sitting like, you know those tables in restaurants where they have like one big long booth? Yeah. Like I think they have one at Outback.
Yeah.
And this may have been Outback. I can't remember. But this one big old long booth seat. And then there's individual tables lined up along it. Well, like they were sitting as a couple in a 4-person table. So they come and they sit somebody down at the same table with them. And this guy says, "Hey man, you mind if we sit here?" and the guy's like, "I don't guess so.
I guess not."
And sit down. I was like, that's crazy. And then in that same night, this was an eventful night.
I need to go more places on Valentine's Day.
This same night, there is a younger couple sitting over in the corner there, and they had to have been like, she had to have been like 16 or 17, and he's probably like 17 or 18. But anyway, she is ordering dessert after dessert after dessert. And I'm talking like everything on the menu keeps coming.
Oh my goodness. My man was probably like, bro, I ain't got the wallet size.
He gets the bill. It looks like, you ever been to CVS and you buy a pack of gum?
Foot long.
Right. You get a pack of gum and your receipt is like 16 miles long. And it's like, that's what his receipt looked like when he was like it folded over the little checkbook thing. It's like it was hanging out both sides.
Man, you know he just went home and cried.
I know. Like, I did not expect that at all.
He broke up with her. Like, I'm sorry, but he definitely did break up up with her.
Yeah, well, my personality would have been like, no, that's enough.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not doing that.
One's enough.
It's like, ma'am, I am broke.
Yeah.
You're not ordering anymore.
That's it.
I have no money.
I had to sell video games to come in.
It's like, I had to mow lawns to pay for this.
I went to GameStop. They gave me 50 cents for 5 games.
50 cents for my game system.
But and all right, then there's one more story from that same night. We walk in and there's 2 couples, and one of the girls she's obviously pregnant, which you never say that to a girl.
No.
I mean, I heard it on Rick and Bubba one time. It was like, you never ask a woman, hey, are you pregnant? Just like, not until after the baby's born. Oh, I didn't know you were pregnant.
I didn't know you were pregnant. Congratulations.
Man, I never even knew that.
Sorry, I
but
couldn't
anyway,
tell.
she sits down, and they had this, like, I do remember it was like a 2-for special. Like, you get 2 meals and like a dessert and an appetizer.
That sounds
for
good, bro.
Anyway, she says, she's in the most country voice she can, you get all this, I can eat a whole lot because I'm pregnant. It's really loud. And then you got the guys over here with the candles, and he's like, some stranger's sitting down beside him, and you got the guy over here who's crying in the booth.
Poor guy with the long receipts.
He's got enough receipts to stretch all the way out the door. He can make a notebook out of it.
Bro, that definitely sounds like Outback.
in Alabama for sure.
Outback in Alabama for sure.
And it sits down, roll tide. And he got, I'm pregnant, and all this stuff. It
wouldn't surprise me if the chefs came out singing "Sweet Home Alabama." You know? I'm just like, that's it, bro.
Again, sorry
welcome to Outback in Alabama.
Sorry to all my Alabama friends out there. So
I'm not sorry. Y'all know it's true.
Dylan's just like us. We spent some time in Birmingham. We lived there while Mitz was in pharmacy school, and Dylan, he lived in Birmingham area for a little while. So
5.5 years.
That's about the time that we were over there.
Yeah, so I'm not sorry to my Alabama friends. You know it's true.
Yeah, and all of them are probably like, it's
like, yeah, he's right.
That was me.
Whoa, I was the one crying.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we want to start our Bible study tonight, and we're going to just real briefly, kind of do an intro. We're going to kind of go in James for a little bit, and I really just want to read like just the first few verses. James is actually one of my favorite books of the Bible.
Oh yeah, mine too.
I love James. But chapter 1, verse 1 says, James, a servant of God and the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes scattered among the nations, greetings. And he talks about trials and temptations. Look, this is something that every one of us struggles with.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's what I like so much about the book of James, that he talks about things that we struggle with every day.
I love James because, man, he's real about it.
Right. Like, he's in your face.
Like, he's like, bro, you're going to struggle with this. This is why you're struggling with this, and this is what you need to do.
This is what you need to do. Yes, sir. It's very black and white.
Yes, sir.
He tells them like it is. But, again, he talks about in verse 2, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, and let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete and not lacking anything. I like that because it really tells you, it kind of gives you a sense of hope and peace. And I know that some people say, well, why do I have to go through certain things? Or why do bad things happen to good people? And if you kind of look on the back side of that, it says, well, it builds you. It builds your character. And just like a runner, like if you wanted to run a marathon, if I wanted to go run a marathon right now, I would die.
You just fall out.
I would fall out.
I would too.
Like after 100 yards, that's it. That's all I've got in me because I'm not a runner. Right. I don't run. But if someone who is trained to run a marathon, they can do it. They can run because they have built their body up. They have trained. They have gotten themselves into a shape where they can do it. Right. This is the same thing. It talks about our faith. It builds us up as believers to trust in God. And then some people may still have trouble believing that. Let's just be honest, be real. Why would God do that? And really, God doesn't really want us to go through those things. No. Sin is what puts us in positions to go through trials. Yeah. Ever since the creation in Adam and Eve, when sin entered into the world, it broke that perfect relationship with God.
That's what I was going to say. People always ask, why does God let bad things happen? Why does God let all this, blah, 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 blah. Well, I always tell them it's not God letting bad things happen. It's sin. Sin is the cause of all the bad in the world. I mean, it's that simple. People don't want to take it at face value like that, but it really is that simple. Sin is the reason for all the bad things that happen.
It is the reason, and all of us, we're sinful people, so we all have sin in our life. Is the reason why things happen. Yeah. So, and we're just going to kind of cut off right there because the next verse goes on to wisdom, and I really want to talk about wisdom next week when we come back.
Yeah.
So, we're glad that you joined in with us
definitely,
tonight.
Always. We always enjoy having you guys listening, hanging out with us. I can't wait till we get live so we can kind of interact a little bit more.
And we especially thank all of our servicemen and women, our law enforcement, and our first responders, and have a couple of friends of mine, Hank Fairchild and a college roommate of mine, Jeff Stewart. They just got back from deployment. They've been gone from their families for a year.
Oh my goodness!
And so we are glad that they are back home and back home with their families safely. We thank you, not only you two guys for your service, but we thank everyone who is out there fighting for our freedom.
Definitely,
we appreciate that, and our law enforcement and our first responders. Thank you for everything that you do.
And as always, we just want to thank God for sending Jesus just to die on the cross for us. If there's anybody out there listening that doesn't know Jesus or has questions, just feel free to contact us by email at dylanandnathансhow@gmail.com. That's Dylan, A-N-D, nathanshow@gmail.com, or by Facebook message. I mean, Nathan knows how to work Facebook message.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at it.
Yes. Send us a Facebook message. We'll be glad to get back with you.
You can send us a meme.
Yeah, you can send us whatever you want to. It doesn't matter to me. So, but thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope that you'll join us next week. But don't forget, you can also find us on Apple or iHeartRadio or Spotify or wherever you get podcasts from. We just really appreciate you for taking us on the go in the gym. Wherever you want to take us, we really appreciate that. Just search on Facebook for Dylan and Nathan Show if you are listening to us on podcast.
Yeah.
We usually post these videos on Facebook, our Facebook page. So we hope that you have a great week, and we'll see you next time on the Dylan and Nathan Show.
Peace out.